the NFL on EA Sports as we are in the inner harbor of Baltimore at M&T Bank Stadium. The two teams emerging from their respective tunnels a minute ago to the approval of this Baltimore crowd. They're all set as their Ravens will match up with the Green Bay Packers. The veteran kicker Mason Crosby set to do the honors here. And off we go from M&T Bank Stadium. And they will elect to not bring this one out as our first drive will begin at the 25. They'll run for the first time with Devontae Freeman. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39.
How best to describe that one? I'd say right down Broadway on that run.
A straight ahead running. I think that might be something we see a lot of between the tackles today.
Well, he's enjoying things so far here this afternoon. Sees a crease and bursts through it for a solid gain.
And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6.
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back down and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourself.
Devontae Freeman, and all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. So there, Charles, I mean, a situation where it didn't matter how far he had to run, he was not going to be denied, and he winds up taking this all the way to the end zone.
I think defensively, when you look at a play like that, that's when everyone looks at their teammates and starts shaking their heads a little bit because now you're wondering, what are we in for? Worked all week to try and limit the big play ability that he possesses, and he winds up taking one to the house in the very first quarter. That was a tremendous run.
And he covered a lot of ground on that one, as evidenced by the final total there on Next Gen Stats. Justin Tucker for the extra point. And the Ravens lead at 7-0. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. On the return from his end zone, Malik Taylor. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. Rodgers will bring the pack up with a 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line. Throwing to start the drive. Rodgers. He'll drop this underneath for Jones. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down.
A great job there, and that old cliche, taking what the defense gives you, comes right into play. Nothing too out of the ordinary about the throw. Just a little dump off over the middle. But what it is out of the ordinary is what he did with it after the catch. Not only did how about the significant yardage he picked up after he pulled it in.
And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Throwing now is Rodgers. And this is caught. Mercedes Lewis with a grab. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion and would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Rodgers to throw for it on fourth. He's going to rifle one deep left side. It's caught inside the 25. And they're going to have this in a great spot way down in Baltimore territory. From their own territory, an incredible play on fourth down. So on fourth down, a big-time completion. And the defense, they've got to be shaking their heads right now.
Not only shaking their heads, but understand that they committed one of those cardinal sins that they say they can't do it in.
And he's going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30. Justin Houston able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon. So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. Now Rodgers. Looking deep for Adams. Over the middle, and there's a diving catch. Got a man open. It's Adams. Touchdown, Green Bay. Davante Adams, 30 yards. And the Packers are within an extra point of tying this thing up. On is Mason Crosby for the point after. It's up and good. So these teams match touchdowns here in the first quarter, and we're tied 7-7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And they're going to mark that where it went out of bounds. So really good starting field position up past the 40-yard line. Baltimore with good starting field position as they come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. Throwing is Jackson. That's complete. It's Devin Duvernay.
You know what? Why don't you just start it?
And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Well, like so many wide receivers, he is a threat with the ball in his hands, and he's able to do his damage here after the catch.
And that should serve as a big warning to this defense. They know now that they have to stick close to these receivers because they have the ability to break games wide open after the catch. And that one wound up in the end zone.
And you can see the distance traveled there after the catch on the next-gen stats. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and that makes the score 14-7. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Taylor now from the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Here's a run on first down that doesn't accomplish anything. In fact, he's going to be tackled behind the line for a loss of 1. Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. Second and 11 now. Rodgers now to throw. Setting up the screen here, Aaron Jones. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35.
Let's go.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going.
They fake the give. Now Rodgers. Room to run past midfield. And he'll be taken down at the 26.
Let's go.
A big play there on the catch and run.
The timing was absolutely true as he caught it working across the field. Plenty of space for him to roam, but notice how he keeps his head on a swivel looking for defenders who may crop up out of nowhere. That turned into a big play.
So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Throwing is Rodgers. And that is incomplete.
I like the thought process there. They connected on a... Big play, and sometimes you find the defense vulnerable, so they went for the bigger shot, went for it all on that one. This time, they were ready for it.
Here's 2nd and 10. Again, they'll throw with Rodgers. He hits Adams, complete. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9.
Boy, how about the speed with which this offense can get down the field? It's taken them no time at all to get down here, and now they're set up with a 1st and goal.
To throw, it's Rodgers. Flushed out right. He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Nice job there defensively. A great time to dial up a blitz.
And give him credit under center instead of throwing it away. Actually, a pretty good job of getting past the line of scrimmage, not losing yardage. Here's 2nd and goal, operating from the 8-yard line. Working from the gun, Rodgers. And he's not able to get away. Sacked back at the 22. Justin Houston giving him once again his 3rd sack of the afternoon. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the 2nd quarter, 14-7. Just a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Orlando and our good friend Jonathan Coachman. Coach will run through some of the numbers and the next-gen stats from this first half of football so far. Caught on the right side by Jones. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. They'll get only a yard out of that, and it'll bring up 4th down. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. The offense stays out there. A big challenge here from this far back, but they're going for it on 4th and goal. They'll go for it. It's Rodgers. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked by Kevon Seymour. And the Ravens are going to get the ball back on the turnover. They hold on 4th and goal. Well, the decision there, 4th and goal, they go for it, but this ball intercepted in the end zone.
Hey, how about some applause for the stand by this defense? Just to force them into a 4th and goal situation was one thing, but then to get the interception, keep them off the scoreboard, that's a job very well done.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Catch is made by Marquise Brown. And he gets this one just shy of the 35 to the 34. Play action. Now Jackson. Escaping the pressure right. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's 2nd down. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. From the 39-yard line, here comes 2nd down and 6. Now Jackson. Looking left side, Andrews with it complete. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
Nice job, nice patience right there. Put him on the right side, let him work his way across, put the ball in his hands, and let him work his way upfield with a catch.
On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. To throw is Jackson. He's going to look deep for Watkins. And this is caught inside the 5. And he just falls short down at the 1-yard line. A big play there just before halftime. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. They scored touchdowns on drives 1 and 2, and now they're trying to make it a perfect 3 for 3 to start. They'll try to run with Dobbins. And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down. Nothing on that one. It'll be 2nd down.
They're right there at the 1. No gain, but don't let that stop you. Line back up and keep going at them. If I'm them, I'm thinking about...
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. J.K. Dobbins taking it in for the yard out as the Ravens push further out in front. Tucker with the extra point, and it's now 21-7. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Taylor now from the end zone. And he returns this to the 22. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And we'll see what they want to do. Just 20 seconds remaining here before the half. They'll indeed try to run it out as they start on the ground. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. Run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's Rodgers to throw. This one to the right, caught by Valdez-Scantling. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime.
When you're struggling on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
Throwing on first down is Rodgers. And that'll be incomplete with just 6 seconds left on the clock.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
And they line up now for what will likely be the last play of the first half. Back to the air on second down. It's Rodgers. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Jones. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down. 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
Both teams going back through their game plans, making their final halftime adjustments. And for the call of the second half, we go back up to Baltimore and rejoin Brandon and Charles.
Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. The Packers set to get the football first, and they are trailing on the scoreboard as we resume action. Ready for the third quarter. Taylor now from the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
At their own 22-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And they're still very much in this game, although they do trail. What's the game plan, Charles, for the second half?
It might be a little counter.
Looking for Jones, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Tavon Young. And they will finally put it into the return, but not until he takes it back all the way inside the 10-yard line. And that one is going to sting. First play of the third quarter and a turnover.
And you have to know that at halftime, they spent a lot of time going through their checklist of what they wanted to accomplish to start this third quarter. Turning it over like this was not on that list.
Not at all. And you come out of the locker room trailing, so that first drive to establish momentum is very key.
Crucial.
3 yards the gain there, second down. Dobbins. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. J.K. Dobbins, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Ravens have used the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Tucker able to connect on the extra point. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Taylor now from the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And last time, 1 play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback you got a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. He sets up the screen to Jones. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield.
Well, that was a beautifully executed screen pass. They let the rushers get upfield and get the escorts in front, meaning the offensive linemen, other blockers out in front, completed the pass beautifully. So now you've got all that open space with big guys leading the way.
On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got second and third down to fall back on.
2nd and 10. Shotgun now for Rodgers. Got an open man. It's Valdez-Scantling. And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
And that's a nice job there because you got to play the ball, not the man when in coverage. That'll keep you away from a lot of needless penalties, and he's able to knock that one away.
Still just the third quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on 4th. Rodgers again now. Flush to his right. Rodgers sliding to a stop with a first down.
Looks to me, partner, like he's learned a little bit because earlier in the game, I think he was trying to force a lot of throws into some windows that just weren't open.
Yeah, the interceptions had plagued him, especially a second interception, really a bad throw. So maybe a better decision there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I think he learned from earlier in the game, and he's applying it now.
Meanwhile, Rodgers' throw taken in by Valdez-Scantling. And give him 6 yards here as he's stopped near the 35 at the 34.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
To throw again on 2nd down, Rodgers. And Rodgers intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off at the 21. And he'll bring it all the way back just a yard or 2 shy of midfield. Second straight drive now here, Charles, that have ended with an interception.
And I just wonder, because I don't think it's going to rattle him necessarily, but I also wonder if it's going to unnerve him a little bit. Does it lead to another one? Or does he find a way to pull it together and become sharp again?
And this will be taken across midfield and into Green Bay territory. Tackle made by Devondre Campbell.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're a back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
Meanwhile, Jackson's throw complete here to his receiver, Brown.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the 3rd quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
Now Jackson on 1st down. That's complete. It's Rashad Bateman. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Throwing again on 2nd down. Jackson. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
And Jackson throwing once more. Eluding the pressure right. And this is what here? Incomplete, they say. It looked like it was intercepted, but he apparently did not get the 2 feet down in bounds. John Harbaugh going to roll the dice. They're going for it on 4th down. Jackson. And he's got his tight end. That's Andrews. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. So a moment to catch our collective breath after the 4th down conversion. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. They'll try to run it in with Murray. Down at the 2. Broke through first contact, but ultimately stopped shy of the goal line. Good yardage on first down. Now can they punch it in on second and goal? Jackson from the shotgun. Flushed out right. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Lamar Jackson taking it in from 2 yards out, and the Ravens will extend their lead. Tucker with the extra point, and that'll increase their lead to 28. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Taylor now from the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because his confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline? That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
To throw again on second down. Rodgers. Got a man, that's Lazard. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A big connection on that one. 34 yards. Rodgers now on first down. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And he's got his man. Touchdown, Green Bay. It's Allen Lazard. Even later into his career now, there aren't too many guys that can launch it downfield with accuracy better than Aaron Rodgers.
And as that ball was hanging in the air with the receiver streaking downfield to meet it, here in the stadium, you could just sense the crowd thinking, oh, no. And their worst fears were realized as that one turned into a long touchdown.
Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. Duvernay going to sit on this in the end zone, so it'll come out to the 25. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. All of a sudden, they have quite a bit of breathing room. This was a one-score game, but touchdowns on their last 2 drives, and now comfort is here, so to speak.
It certainly is for them. I've been in this situation before on the flip side of this. And all that's going on there is a little bit of finger pointing. Hey, what's going on? How can we stop them? Can someone make a play to try and stop this momentum?
Well, they're going to be ball hawking because they need a turnover on that other side. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's Jackson. They'll set up the screen for Freeman. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. This is something you got to be wary of defensively. I mean, just because they're in the mode of trying to burn some clock doesn't mean they won't pass it. And they got good yardage out of that one.
Yeah, and really, when you're looking at it, now they've got a fresh set of downs. Look for 2nd down. If they want to take another shot and try and loosen things up, that'd be the time to do it.
Jackson's throw into the hands of Andrews. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomp down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Play action. It's Jackson. Forced out to his left. 1st down and more for Jackson. And all the way down to the 17-yard line. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Adrian Amos with a pick. And the Packers are going to get the football back at their own 17.
As much football as we watch, we've seen this work many times. In the red zone, first down, take a shot at the end zone, and points result. In this case, though, give credit to the defense. They outguessed them, were prepared, and intercepted the pass.
So after the INT, it's Rodgers. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Tell you what, partner, after he ices down, he's going to need a nice long soak in a hot tub after this one. He's been under duress the entire game.
And once again, hit as he throws. Fortunate that one wound up incomplete. Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Rodgers. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived. And I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
Complete to Jones. And he is going to have a Packers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. 2nd and 21. A lot of ground to cover. Another try after the first down sack. Rodgers escaping the pressure right. He's going to let it fly. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Deshaun Elliott. And the Ravens will have the football as this is taken up past the 30. They set themselves behind the chains, tried to get it all back in one play, and it backfired.
Didn't it feel like a pitcher working his way into a 3-0 count, right? You're behind. What do your coaches always tell you? Get it back one pitch at a time. In this case, they tried to get it back right away, and it didn't work out.
And this is going to be hauled in by the tight end, Andrews. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Oh, Jackson's going to throw it. Open man is Duvernay. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on 1st and goal. Throwing is Jackson. Touchdown! Hollywood Marquise Brown. A 5-yard touchdown. And the Ravens turn that interception into a touchdown. Tucker now for the extra point. And that'll increase their lead to 28. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Taylor now from the end zone. Oh, good return up past the 30. Past midfield. 30. Past the 20. And he will score. Touchdown. It's been a back-and-forth game. A lot of points on the board. And that return right there kind of indicative of how this thing's going.
Yeah, you've seen both teams go at it. And as you just pointed out, both of them have found the end zone. But just like in boxing, you know the blow that hurts the most? The one you didn't see coming. And that often is the case when it comes in special teams.
So now the other return teams out there as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw. Duvernay now going to bring it out. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They have the dream scenario you hope for coming into the game. Just one kneel here, and this game should be over.
That's always the final play of preparation each week. The practicing of the kneel-down formation, the victory formation. We've got a game in hand, and that's all they're going to want to do now. They'll put someone back deep just in case something goes haywire. But all in all, take the snap, kneel down, and shake hands. Yes, get out of there.
And despite the late lead, Jackson to throw. He's going to wind up and air it out. And it'll be intercepted. Good positioning, and it's picked off. And the Packers come up with a late turnover, but it will probably only matter to the statisticians as this ball game is now officially over. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory, and the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week, we'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them.